and welcome to my 24 in 48 readathon wrap up. I'm sorry it's been so long, it's taken me so long to film this wrap up, but it was booktubeathon last week and so I had plenty of other videos coming out. This would have just got lost in amongst those other videos. So I'm going to tell you about what I read and then I have some vlog footage for you. So I was aiming to read the Selection series by Kira Cass during this readathon, and I think I did pretty well because I read 4 out of the 5 books, and I read them in a real combination of ways, so I'm quite happy with that. The Selection I kind of started reading on ebook, then I moved to listen to the audiobook for a little bit, and then I finished it off on ebook. So the first day I finished off the Selection. Then I moved on to the Elite. I read all of the Elite as a physical book, so that was great. And then I moved on to the One, and I started listening to the One on Play Away, and I did listen to a little bit more on Play Away, like later on in the readathon, just to listen to something as I was about to fall asleep, so I would keep listening to it. But I found that in an hour of listening, I'd only actually listened to, I think, 2 or 3 chapters. So I headed back over to the physical book and read the physical book because it was just much quicker to read the physical book, so I moved on to this one. And then The Air, I read The Air as audiobook and I listened to the whole of The Air as an audiobook. I did get the ebook from the library, but it downloaded in a really weird format and I needed to download a new app to read it, so I didn't go for reading The Air on ebook. I just listened to the whole thing on audiobook. So I read 4 books during the 24 in 48 readathon, and I have already read the 5th book in the series, and I have the stories, the Happy Ever After bind-up stories, on my August TBR because I wanted to find out just a little bit more, because if you're going to do something, you may as well do it properly. So thank you for watching this part of the video. If you're following me on social media, you'll have seen my updates on Instagram stories and Snapchat stories and Twitter. All my links to all of those are always in the description box down below. Love if you come and, you know, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat. I like a chat about books, so come on over and say hi. And I will leave you with my vlog footage, and I will have another video again for you very soon because it's just all the fun of the readathons right now. All the fun of the readathons. Thank you very much for watching. Here's the vlog footage. So it is hour 1 of the 48 hours I have to read for 24 hours, and I am ready to go with some of the Selection. I decided to pick that up. So it's here ready to go. So we are now at the end of hour 1, beginning of hour 2, and I am at chapter 5 in the Selection. I think maybe, you know, by the time I get to the next one, yeah, by the time I get into the Elite and the One, it'll be easier to get into because I'll kind of know the story and know the characters a little better. It's just going a little bit slowly so far. I am enjoying it, so that's a good thing. It's always a risk choosing to read a new series for a readathon, but I knew I wanted to read this series for a readathon at some point, so there we have it. Good morning. So I did 3 hours reading last night before going to sleep, and then had some sleep, and now I'm back up again to do some more reading. So I am on chapter 12, not that far in. So we're now up to 4 hours of reading time, which isn't that many in the drop of 24 hours. Have my coffee, and I am on chapter 15 of the Selection, so I'm about halfway, just over. So I've been out to do some errands and get some lunch, and managed probably about another hour of reading while we're out and about, and now I am back to it. And I am on chapter 19, nearly finished book 1. So I have now been reading for 7.5 hours, and I finally finished book 1, the selection. So now I am moving on to the elite. Yay! So we are now at the end of hour 9, moving into hour 10 of reading, and I've come outside and I am on page 105 of the elite. So this one's going a little bit faster. So we've just clocked in at 10.5 hours of reading time. I am on page 189 of the elite, so just over halfway through, and now I have a homemade lasagna waiting for me, so I'm going to stop for some dinner. So I finished reading the elite at I've basically been reading for 12 hours now, and now we're going to get donuts, and I've got the one to listen to. So we are now at the end of hour 13. I am on chapter 8 of the one. I am going to go to bed now and probably listen to some of this on audiobook, because I have the play away from the library as well. My eyes are getting a little bit tired now, but I do have donuts and I've had some coffee, so should probably be able to manage another hour. So I have just finished the one, so that is the 3rd book of this readathon, and I have just under 5 hours left to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a start on the elite and see how I get on with that. So I have just finished my 24 hours of reading. I've just finished listening to the elite on audiobook, so I didn't finish all 5 books, but I did finish 4 of the series, which I'm proud of. And yeah, so I'm not sure when my vlog is going to be up for this readathon, because it's booktubeathon next week, so I will be busy making videos for that. So just keep your eyes peeled for the wrap up video.